It was a bitter winter, with a harsh wind whistling through the narrow streets, covered in a thick layer of snow. The houses sparkled with lights, and the air smelled of cinnamon and cookies. People hurried with their arms full of packages, eager to get home to the warmth, where the tables were laid out and the fires were crackling in the stoves. In the midst of this hustle and bustle, almost unseen, stood a frail little girl, with frozen cheeks and fingers red from the cold. She sold matches, but no one seemed to notice her large, sad eyes. Her boots were lost. Stone had fallen off while she was crossing the street, and the other had been stolen by a clumsy little boy. Now she stood barefoot in the snow, shivering, one hand clasped around the matchboxes, and the other around the thin clothes that barely covered her thin body. She had not sold a single match. She had no money, and the thought of having to return home to her harsh father made her tremble even more. People passed her by without even glancing at her, hurried, preoccupied with their own celebration. "It's getting late. I'm going to rest a little," the little girl whispered in a weak voice. She huddled in a corner of the building, trying to protect herself from the biting wind. With her frozen hands, she took out a match and lit it. At that moment, the small flame lit up a wonderful image before her, a large cast-iron stove, with a cheerful fire, which warmed a room full of soft carpets. The little girl stretched out her hands towards the stove, feeling the warmth enveloping her, but when the flame went out, the vision disappeared. Hastily, she lit another match. This time, a long table appeared before her, laden with delicacies, steaming roast, golden pies, sweet fruits. The smell penetrated deep into her hungry nostrils, and her stomach grumbled with desire. But this image also vanished with the flame. Trembling, the little girl lit a third match. From the darkness, her face illuminated by heavenly tenderness, appeared her dear grandmother, the one who had once cared for her, who had held her in her arms and comforted her with stories. Large tears rolled down the little girl's cheeks. "Grandma, take me with you! Don't leave me here!" she whispered desperately. She hastily lit the remaining matches, wishing with all her might to prolong that wonderful appearance. And, as if in a dream, the grandmother bent down, took her hand, and gently lifted her from the ground. Together they began to soar over the illuminated city, far from the cold, hunger, and pain. In the morning, as dawn stretched its pale fingers over the city, passers-by found the little girl sitting quietly in the corner of the building, a serene smile on her face and empty matchboxes around her. She had left not defeated, but happy, to a place where there is no more pain and sadness. Sometimes the world does not see the suffering of the weakest, but hope and true love can bring light even in the darkest moments. Love never dies. It is the bridge to a better world. The end.